Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make an octopus keychain. This is a very easy little project. You can finish it in about 30 minutes, even if you're a complete beginner. And trust me, I know that because I'm a beginner myself, and if I can do it, you can also. So let's take a quick look at the materials we'll need for this project and we'll get started. Okay? For this project, I'll be using a velvet yarn along with the recommended hook size. You will also need a yarn needle, a stitch marker, a pair of scissors, and a keychain ring to attach to the project. To bring our little octopus to life, I'll be adding a pair of safety eyes also. Oh, and don't forget, we'll also need some cotton filling for the stuffing. I'm sorry I forgot to show it here. Okay, now let's get started. First, let's make a slip knot. You can also do this with the magic ring, but here I'm using slip knot because as a beginner I think that's more easier. To make a slip knot, wrap the yarn around 2 fingers to form an X. Hold the yarn at the intersection and you will see a loop. Now pull the working yarn through that loop and there you have it. That's a slip knot. Next, let's attach it to the hook. Just insert your hook through the loop and gently pull both ends of the yarn to tighten it in place. After making a slip knot, you need to make 2 chain stitch. To make a chain stitch, yarn over and pull through. Now let's move on to the first round. First round is 6 single crochet in the first chain. We made 2 chain stitch. Now you will have to make 6 single crochet in the first chain. To make a single crochet, insert the hook, pull up a loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both the loops. So this is your first single crochet. Let's just put a stitch marker on the first stitch so that we'll know from where we have started. And also, since this is a velvet yarn, it's a bit hard to find the stitches, so I suggest that you all put a stitch marker whenever you work on a velvet yarn. So yeah, like this you'll need to make 6 single crochet for the first round. So once you make 6 single crochet, I'll meet you at the end. In this project, we are not slip stitching, we are just doing it in a spiral way. I'll show you how it is done. Now you have made 6 single crochet and where your stitch marker is placed, that's your first single crochet. Let's remove the stitch marker. Next round is single crochet increase in every stitch, which means 2 single crochets in every stitch. So you will need to have 12 single crochet by the end of this round. Once you do your first single crochet, always make sure that you place a stitch marker, otherwise you will get confused since you can't find the stitch properly in a velvet yarn. So yeah, let's make 2 single crochet in every stitch. Total we'll need 12 single crochet by the end of this round. So now you're done with your round 2. You have reached your stitch marker. Just make sure that you have 12 stitches around. So now let's move on to the third round. Let's remove the stitch marker. For the third round, what you have to do is, in the first stitch, make 1 single crochet and into the next stitch, make a single crochet increase. So the pattern for this round is 1 single crochet followed by a single crochet increase in the next stitch. So by the end of this round, you will need 18 stitches. I'm sorry to repeat this again and again, but just make sure in your first stitch you always put the stitch marker, otherwise you will get confused since it's a bit difficult to count the stitches considering that we are working on a velvet yarn. So yeah, let's repeat the same pattern till we reach the stitch marker, which is 1 single crochet in the first stitch followed by a single crochet increase in the next stitch. Now you have reached your stitch marker. For round 4, you need to work single crochet all around. Just 1 single crochet in every stitch. Total you will need to have 18 single crochet by the end of this round. Now for round 5, what you have to do is, you have to do 1 decrease in the first stitch and 1 single crochet each in the rest of the stitches. So total you will need 17 stitches once you finish this round. So let's do 1 decrease in the first stitch. To do a decrease, insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert the hook again to the next stitch, not the first stitch, you have to insert to the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you have to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. This is how you will do a single crochet decrease. Once you finish doing a single crochet decrease, make sure you mark your stitch with a stitch marker. Now rest of the stitches you have to work 1 single crochet each till you reach your stitch marker. For round 6, you will have to do 1 single crochet each in the first 8 stitches. So now we have done 8 single crochet in the first 8 stitches. In the next stitch, what you have to do is you have to do a decrease. To do a decrease, insert the hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, insert the hook to the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. So now you have done 8 single crochet and 1 decrease. Now you will have 7 stitches left. You will have to do 1 single crochet each in all the 7 stitches. So let's complete this round and I'll meet you at the end. For round 7, you will need to do 1 decrease in all stitches. Just make sure that by the end of this round you have 8 stitches. So basically you have finished doing the body of the octopus. Now let's move on to making the tentacles. Make sure you have 8 stitches in the last round because our octopus need 8 tentacles. To make the tentacles, let's first remove that stitch marker of the previous round. Now let's make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Pull the hook through the second loop on the hook. Once you slip stitch, make 5 chain stitches. After making 5 chain stitches, make a slip stitch into the next stitch. So that is basically the pattern of the tentacle. You make 5 chain stitch and then you slip stitch into the next stitch. Since you have 8 stitches, you will get 8 tentacles as well. This last bit is a bit tricky. This is the last tentacle you are making. You make 5 chain stitches and then you slip stitch into the first stitch of this round. You can see the first tentacle here. You need to slip stitch into that stitch so that it will give you a finished look. Now you have got all your tentacles. You can cut off the yarn. Now what you have to do is you need to repeat round 1 and round 2 to make a flat circle which you can use to close the octopus. So here I've repeated round 1 and round 2 and I made a flat circle. This flat circle is used to cover the octopus. Like you can see in the bottom part, you can cover it up after filling the cotton stuffing. Now let's attach the safety eyes to the octopus. I suggest you put the safety eyes in the third row from the bottom. Just count 3 rows and put the safety eye on the third row. And also make sure that you leave 3 stitches space between the 2 eyes. Once you finish fixing the safety eyes, you need to fill the octopus with cotton filling. Here I am using the leftover yarns. I have a lot of leftover yarns, so that's what I'm using to fill my octopus. Now you can attach the piece that we just made. Here we are at the last step, that is attaching the keychain. So that's it. We are done with our octopus keychain. Hope you really liked this video and I hope I was able to explain things even for beginners. Let's see with another project. Okay, bye.